Most guides to downtown Greenwich restaurants hand you a list. 10 places, star ratings, good luck to you. That's not really what you need. What you need is the right place for the kind of evening you actually want. These are two completely different things. A restaurant can be genuinely good and still be the wrong call for a Tuesday evening. So I'm not going to rank them. I'm going to help you choose. If you don't know who I am, my name is Colin Pearson. I'm a 4th generation innkeeper at Stanton House Inn in Greenwich, Connecticut. Guests ask me where to eat almost every day. And I would say Greenwich punches above its belt in the restaurant scene. Some are big name places where a chef plants their flag. Some are quieter local spots that just know how to take good care of people and have for years. After enough experience of sending people to dinner, you learn the question isn't really where's the best food or what's the best restaurant in Greenwich, Connecticut. It's what kind of night is this? So before I say a single restaurant name, I'm sorting options for 5 things. 1, quiet. Can you actually hear the person across the table? That's the difference between a birthday dinner that feels like a conversation and one that turns into a shouting match over good food. Almost nobody mentions it in a review. It matters more than almost anything, in my opinion. 2, walkability. We're about a 10-minute walk from the top of Greenwich Avenue. Most places you stroll to. A couple you need a car. And that changes the whole evening. So I'd skip the parking and walk wherever you can, if you can. 3, food. Not trendy, not hyped, reliably good every time. 4, ambiance. What does the room feel like? Candlelight and a banquette is a different dinner than a bright room over an open kitchen. Same food, different night. The room is part of the meal. 5, consistency. Can I send you there confidently any night or only on the right night? That last one is where most of the useful information lives, in my opinion. So let me sort you by the night you're actually having. Let's start with the night people underrate, your first dinner out in Greenwich, Connecticut. Picture it, you just got into town, you're tired, you're hungry, nobody needs dinner to become a project. A good first night dinner isn't about impressing anybody, it's about not losing them. So the first night is not the night to get cute or fancy. For that, I send people to the Ginger Man at the top of the Ave. It's about an 8-minute walk or so. It's a classic New England tavern. It's been there since 2002. I love it in the colder months because there's a back room with a big warm fireplace. It's got a great beer list and the best burger in town, in my opinion. It's got a pub vibe, but you can still talk without shouting, except St. Patrick's Day. And here's the thing, people sometimes walk right past it because it doesn't look like a typical Greenwich restaurant. That's exactly why I send them there first. It's not the backup, it's the one that won't let you down. Now, if someone really wants Italian their first night in Greenwich, I'll point them to Terra. Years ago I went and wasn't a fan, so I stopped mentioning it. I don't tell guests not to go somewhere, I just left it off the list. But guests kept going anyway and coming back happy, so I gave it another shot. New chef, completely different restaurant. It's been consistently good ever since, with a nice little outdoor area in the warmer months. Solid, straightforward Italian food. So Terra's back on the list for me, which feels like the honest way to do this. All right, now, a quiet date night in Greenwich, Connecticut, and I want to be careful because quiet date night is not the same as special occasion. People mix those up all the time. Hey, real quick, if any of this sounds good to you, click the link in the description for a free visitor's guide to Greenwich, Connecticut. For something quiet, walkable, romantic, but not a big production, I send people to Le Penguin. It's a French bistro just off of Greenwich Avenue on Lewis Street. There's a curtain at the door that closes off the street with blue banquettes and candlelight. The room does a lot of the work. I've had some very good date nights there. But here's the part nobody tells you. Le Penguin before 6 is one of the most pleasant meals you can have in Greenwich. After 8 on a Saturday, it's a completely different room. It gets quite loud. Ask me how I know. That's not a criticism, just being helpful. So if you want to dress up a little, walk over and actually hear each other, go on a weekday. Go early. Sunday evening is lovely. Same restaurant, completely different night. If someone tells me they want seafood while they're in Greenwich, I start with Elm Street Oyster House. It's right off the avenue, about 10 minutes on foot. It's the seafood place. That's what they do, and they've been doing it for over 20 years. It's the kind of place where seafood is the point, not an afterthought, and you appreciate that pretty quickly. And if you came to coastal Connecticut, to New England in general, and you want to eat local, this is where I'd point you. 2 honest notes. It's a small room, so it can get loud at peak times. On a weeknight, that's a non-issue. And on Saturday nights, the reservations are by phone only, not online. So call ahead. You do not want to discover that at 7:45 on a Saturday. In summer, the outdoor seating is one of the better tables in downtown. Seriously. Now, perhaps you're visiting Greenwich to celebrate something. An anniversary, birthday, the big one. The classic Greenwich answer is La Scale, right on the water at the Delamar. The ambiance is the whole point. It's got old stone floors, harbor views, a fire going in the winter. In summer, the patio is one of the more dramatic spots in town. The last time I ate here was my own birthday dinner, and they did something special for the table. Then I looked around and realized they were doing the same thing at nearly every other table, which is either charming or hilarious, depending on how special you thought you were. So it's a celebration restaurant. That's what it's for, and it always delivers. Two things to know. The main dining room gets loud when it's full, so if you care about hearing each other, ask for a quieter table or the patio in season. And it's not on the avenue. It's down at the harbor, about 1.5 miles from us, which means a car or a rideshare. It's got the most impressive seating in town, but it's not the low-key choice. Now, if you want a celebratory evening in Greenwich and you want to walk there, from here of course, there's another great option, Moli. Moli is mid-Greenwich Avenue, about 10 minutes from Stanton House Inn. It's contemporary Chinese in a gorgeous room, a former bank, and they carve a whole Peking duck tableside. I wouldn't describe the atmosphere as hushed. Sound bounces off those former bank walls after all. But for the right evening, that's part of the fun. So take your pick. La Scale if you want the harbor and don't mind the car. Moli if you want the show and still want to walk. There's one more Greenwich Avenue restaurant I'd recommend, and it's not for everyone. Sushi Wafu. It's an omakase counter on Greenwich Avenue. You'd walk right past it. 16 courses at the counter. The fish comes from the market in Tokyo. It takes time and it ain't cheap. If you want dinner to be a meal, this is not it. But if you want dinner to be the whole evening, the thing you remember from the trip, there's nothing else like it downtown. I wouldn't send someone there because they're hungry. I'd send them there because they want to pay attention. For the right person, it might be the most memorable recommendation on this list of dining options. Now, a few more downtown Greenwich restaurants for the rest of the day. If you want lunch or something light, Meli Mello. I call it fast and French. It's quick, good, very French. Crepes, soups, salads. It's where I send people who want something easy, but they still want to feel like they chose well. I wouldn't say it's a dinner pick, unless you're into light fare. A solid midday one. For breakfast or brunch, Bistro V on the Avenue. The patisserie side is where it really shines. Dinner's good, but it's not a quiet pick. Now, if you want the opposite of quiet, if you want a lively night and you don't mind noise, Mediterraneo. It's got an open kitchen with a brick oven, and it's always hopping. And hopping is not a euphemism. It is a social room. It's the wrong call for a calm dinner, and the right call when you want energy. Honestly, I like Mediterraneo more on a Tuesday than a Saturday. Same with a lot of places on here. And if you just want a glass of wine without the chaos, go to Harvest early. Good wine, good food, and you'll get there before it turns into a scene. After about 7, it's a different room. And by now, you know what I mean by that. So, if you were checking in with us here at Stanton House Inn, here's how I'd actually recommend your meals. First night, you're tired, and you want it easy. Ginger Man. Walk over, good burger, good beer, walk back happy. Quiet weekday date. Le Penguin. Table before 6. Seafood's the whole reason you're here. Elm Street Oyster House. Call ahead if it's Saturday. If you're celebrating, La Scale if you want the water and you've got a car. Moli if you'd rather walk to it. And here's the part I actually care about. The night you arrive, you're tired and the last thing you want is to gamble on dinner and get it wrong. The right call there isn't the fanciest one. It's the one that's easy. That's most of what I'm doing when a guest asks me. Not picking the best food in town, though there's lots of that. Helping the night go the way they hoped. The walk's part of that too. Skip the parking, stroll down, have dinner, take a slow walk back. It's good for digestion and good for the whole evening. Downtown Greenwich restaurants give you plenty of great options. That part's easy. The hard part isn't finding a good restaurant, it's knowing which good restaurant is right for tonight. Quiet is not the same as special. First night easy is not a lesser choice, and expensive is not the same as memorable. Get that right, and a town full of good restaurants finally works in your favor. There's a full guide linked below with a few other Greenwich videos I put together. And if you end up staying with us, just ask me or my team at breakfast or whenever you feel peckish. We'll point you in the right direction.